For becoming a data scientist at Amazon, you need data science knowledge, like in depth, both breadth and depth.
Abhinav, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. Can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Before I begin, thank you so much, Yong, for this opportunity to interview with you, and let's have a healthy conversation.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, yeah, my name is Abhinav Bohra. I am a data scientist at Amazon Advertising. I have been in the science space for about 4 years, and being a data scientist, I have worked on multiple diverse problems, which could range from creating an Excel sheet to solve a customer problem to all the way to creating a machine learning model for solving some complex problems. Outside work, I really enjoy hitting the gym during my free time. And I also enjoy to go out for a swim. I feel that along with work, some extracurricular is important
100%.
to maintain the focus.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that you have a swimming pool at your apartment complex?
Yes. So in Seattle, in my apartment complex, we have a swimming pool on the 15th floor.
Okay.
That's due
really
to which,
cool.
yeah.
No, that's really cool, man. Tell me a little bit, like, so it's here on LinkedIn, it says that you went to University of Mumbai. Can you tell me a little bit about like what you studied back there and then also where you come from?
Yeah. So I have done my bachelor's from India, from Thakur College of Engineering and Information Technology. After that, I moved to United States for my master's in Information Technology and Management. I would also like to mention that my master's in ITM is not exactly related to my work that I'm doing. It's very close. And to come all the way to the data scientist at Amazon, I need to do some self-learning. And so that has been my journey.
Yeah. But like, can you tell me a little bit about like your process of getting into the company? Like, maybe starting from like applying for the job, or like has someone reached out to you, or did you get like a referral? How did you do that? And then like, can you tell me a little bit about the interview process as well? And then like maybe some specifics on like what are some of the types of interviews that you were able to get?
So the Amazon interview process could be divided into 3 parts. And before I deep dive into those 3 parts, let's look at the application process. So in the application process, while I was applying to different companies, one of them was Amazon. I also went for referrals through some of my friends and networks for certain companies. But specifically for this position, as a matter of fact, I didn't have any referral. But still, I was able to get a call from Amazon, which I really appreciate Amazon that they are giving equal opportunity to someone who doesn't have a referral. And my resume was picked. I was contacted by the HR, and from there on, the interview process began. There were, as I mentioned, it's into 3 parts. The part 1 was my technical interview with a data scientist from Amazon, and where we went over like the SQL programming, SQL scripting skills, and then we went over some of the technical questions related to data science and machine learning. And then the second round, the second part was a interview with the hiring manager, which will be a blend of both technical and behavioral questions. And the third part, which is the most important part, is the final on-site interview, where the whole process will be divided into 5 rounds, which could range all the way from technical interview to behavioral questions to case studies, and then a bar raising interview. So these are the different parts and the interview that we do at Amazon.
So interesting. You essentially had like 7 rounds of interview, basically.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay. Interesting. Any interesting questions that you got like throughout the interview?
So During the case study, I was asked a question which was closely related to clustering.
Got it.
Clustering is a method through which we form a group of, let's suppose, different nodes of how can we group them together. So in that question, the interviewer wanted me to solve this problem through a clustering method.
Got it.
And yeah, during that conversation, it was not only the method that I'm using, but also they wanted to know that, okay, if you can solve with method number 1, how about I say you that you cannot use method number 1, then what are the different methods available for solving the same problem? So with this, I found that Amazon really wanted to focus on creative thinking.
Got it.
And innovative solutions.
So, you now work as a data scientist. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do as a data scientist at Amazon?
Yep. So as a data scientist in Amazon advertising right now, we work on diverse problems. But one of the problem that I'm currently working is closely related to recommendation. So those who are from the science family, they might know that what a recommendation engine is.
Yeah.
So let me give a summary of what a recommendation engine is.
Yeah.
A recommendation engine is something, I can give an example. For example, let's say Amazon's website, amazon.com. When you visit an amazon.com, you enter some details. Let's suppose you're looking for a television. You enter television, and then you get televisions recommended from different companies, different type of televisions. So that recommendations which are outputted from that Amazon website for a particular user is personalized for that user, based on the user and based on the stuff they are looking for, the product. So similarly, I'm working on a use case which is also closely related to recommendation. Yeah, in my day-to-day life is working on customer problems and working along with customer.
Got it.
And when I say customer, those customer, what I mean is my stakeholders whom I work closely with. So in my day-to-day life, it includes understanding the business problem the stakeholders are having, discuss those problems, come up with solution, and document those solution. Make sure that those solutions are creating an impact and solving our primary customers' problem, which could be Amazon customers. In advertising, it could be like advertisers.
Got it.
So yeah, that's how our day-to-day life looks. Basically using data and solving customer problems.
That makes total sense. You used to work as a data scientist prior to joining Amazon, but I mean, obviously, everyone who joins Amazon has a learning curve, and I would assume that you had something. So, like, can you tell me if you had a learning curve when you first joined Amazon, and then what helped you to overcome those?
Absolutely, I think that's a great question. While I started working at Amazon, I was an entry-level data scientist. I started with the workforce staffing team. So initially I was working on problems which are not super complex.
Got it.
And even the solutions that I used to recommend and work were not even super complex. But as gradually I was moving, I was, kind of working and learning. I see myself, like if you ask me today to work on a similar problem that I worked in 2019, the solution that I recommended might be different, might be more complex because of the steep learning curve that I had all the way from 2019 to all the way till 2020 in my 4 years of tenure in Amazon.
Yeah.
And that's because I learned from different, from my colleagues and from the projects that I'm working on, from my own research that I do for each project, which helped me to gain knowledge and kinda get better over time. So while working on this, I would also like to highlight about Amazon Machine Learning University, which really helped me with my learning curve.
Got it.
So this is we call it like MLU. It's within Amazon for Amazon folks to learn about science, and they even organize workshops, seminars, webinars. So yeah, that I feel that's one of the good learning opportunity within Amazon.
No, I should definitely check that.
As a data scientist, what's the thing that you like the most? And what's something that, or least favorite thing that you do as a data scientist?
Let me talk about first like what I like the most about my role. So the most about my role is that I get an opportunity to work in the research area. So in the research area, a same problem could be solved with multiple methods, if you see. So one of the method could be a very straightforward simple method, and then you can come up with more creative solutions to the same problem. And with the help of these creative solutions, you get to work on creative ideas and innovative ideas, and later on those innovative ideas could evolve and become a product in itself. For example, I would like to say that in 2021, me along with two other scientists in Amazon, we published a paper called AutoWS, which was a creative idea which came out of one of our own project that we were working on.
Interesting.
So this paper we published externally in Amazon conferences, and that came because of the research and the time we get to work on creative ideas. So that's something I love about working at Amazon. The second most thing that I really enjoy about working at Amazon is the opportunity to work with some of the brightest minds in the industry. Seek learnings from them, and at the same time also share your learnings with other scientists across Amazon, which is a great opportunity.
The publishing part that's just amazing. What about the part that you don't? I mean, like the part that you like the least?
Speaking of that, while working on these areas of research and at the same time implementing the solution, it's not always going to be only doing the research but also implementing the solutions. So you need to make a trade-off between the amount of time you will spend on research and then implementing the solution. So now in this fast-paced environment, there could be situations where we need to say that, hey, I'll hit a hard stop on my research after certain interval and start implementing the solution. So at times it could become stressful, but eventually when you keep on working on different projects, different customer problems, this will become a habit of prioritizing your work. So although that's the least liked thing, but eventually you can get over it if you become good at prioritization.
So really my last question, advice for those who want to join Amazon as data scientists.
So outside Amazon, there could be folks who are pursuing like a data science course. There could be folks, those who dream to pursue data science course, and there could be folks, those who are kinda scratching the surface that, hey, what is data science? So I would say becoming a data scientist at Amazon, you need data science knowledge, like in depth, both breadth and depth. I can give my example. I'm a self-taught data scientist. I have done my master's in information technology and management, but it was not a data science inclined course.
Got it.
So I would say we have enormous resources now, like we have YouTube, now we have ChatGPT. So we can use such resources and learn data science. I would mention at a high level 4 components that are really important to become a data scientist at Amazon, and then I will mention what are required to become a good data scientist. So let's mention about what are required to become a data scientist at Amazon. The first foremost component is SQL, because that's the first coding barrier that you need to cross and at Amazon. and regardless whether you are a data scientist, a BIE, data analyst, whichever data family,
Yeah.
SQL is really important. So SQL, and the second thing to become a data scientist, I would mention machine learning, and getting your hands, getting your hands over one of the programming languages, such as I would say Python.
Got it.
And the fourth most thing is analytical thinking or problem solving.
Got it.
That's really important.
Yeah.
These four are required to become a data scientist at Amazon.
Uh-huh.
Now, let me also mention you what
Yeah.
are required to become a good data scientist.
Yeah.
So, how can you differentiate yourself if someone would really like to raise the bar
Yeah.
over here? So, one of the component is good communication skills
Of course.
in terms of speaking,
Yeah.
and specifically for Amazon, I would also highlight writing.
Of course.
Fast writing and crisp writing is something that Amazon really appreciates. We do so much of documentation, and
Yeah.
document reading is something really famous across Amazon, not only in the science family. That's one. Second thing. The third thing is attention to detail.
Mm.
So while working on problems, now we are working closely with data. We are recommending solutions to business stakeholders. So when you recommend solutions to someone, you maintain a trust with them.
Yeah.
Like they trust you that the solutions that you are giving would help the business to grow. Now, here we need to maintain that trust and earn that trust. For that, we need to be really good with attention to detail. The fourth most thing I would mention is about problem solving and being creative. So being creative is really important to solve problems. There is a way in which we have been solving problems. Let's suppose since last few years, there is a certain method that is getting used to solve a problem. Now, what a good data scientist would do, a good data scientist would first solve the problem, maybe see that, okay, there is a certain method to solve a problem, and what are the other innovative or creative methods that have been recently proposed or available that we can use to solve this problem. So how this helps? This helps you to differentiate yourself from a data scientist and become a good data scientist.
Got it. Okay.
That you are not only solving a problem, but also you are being creative and proactive
Got it.
in coming up with innovative solutions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. That was all the questions I have for today. I mean, thank you so much for coming and then sharing your insights today.
Yep. Thank you so much, Yom.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.